Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Now I am moving to Australia in literally 8 weeks. 8 weeks, okay? So I need to do another big unhaul of these books behind me because I need to get rid of a lot of them because most of them are going in storage, and I think I just want to keep the books that mean the most to me and just get rid of a bunch of other books that are just going to waste away in storage, to be honest. And instead of them wasting away in storage, I'd rather them go to a better home, to you guys or to some of my friends and family. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to go through these bookshelves and my TBR cart and see what we can get rid of. I've kind of got an idea of some books I want to get rid of, so that's what we're going to do. We're just going to cull a bunch of these books and they're all going to be up my Vinted. My Vinted is always linked below in the description, but also if you follow me over on Instagram, I always post updates on my Instagram story of when everything goes live. I think I usually post on YouTube as well sometimes when things go live on like the YouTube post section, so make sure you're subscribed and follow me everywhere because the updates will be everywhere. Now you're probably wondering, Brie, didn't you just do a big haul of books? I did, but I'm just a girl. Okay, I'm literally just a girl. So if you watched my haul, welcome to my unhaul. Without further ado, grab yourself a drink because it's going to be a long one and let's get to unhauling. I hate unhauling books. I really do. Right, I think I'm going to start with my TBR cart, but I think that might be the easiest one because just looking at it now, there's a bunch of books on here that I feel like I could get rid of. So we're going to start with the TBR cart. It's going to be easier. Plus then I can sit down because my back's hurting me. So welcome to my floor. We're going to ignore my koala that is wrapped around my belly right now. You can probably guess why it's there. Okay, moving on. I can already tell there's a bunch of books on here that I'm going to get rid of. There's no rhyme or reason to my TBR cart. They're just books that don't fit on my shelf and that are on my TBR on here. No, I'm probably going to pick up books that are on, like you've seen in recent videos, on like TBR videos and things, because I just realistically, I know I'm not going to get to them within these next few months or few weeks I should say, and I probably won't ever get to them, to be honest. I'm being ruthless, okay? Ruthless. This is a cull. There's no holding back. Starting off, Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. This was on my fall TBR, but I know for a fact I'm not going to read this. It just doesn't sound like anything I'm going to enjoy. Now, I probably will enjoy it, but I just know there's so many other books on my TBR, plus on my Kindle that I want to read, and I just know I'm not going to get to this, so I'd rather someone else have it. So, book number 1. We got The Gilded Crown. These can be put together. The Bloodmarked series. Wings of Starlight. Am I gonna read this? By Alison Saft. I'm gonna get rid of this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get rid of this. Yeah. Oh no, I don't know. Do I? Yeah. I feel like that's not even, like, I feel like I want to read, like, I know I read for enjoyment, but I also want to read things that I know that are gonna like stay with me, and I know that is more of like a palette cleanser, and I want to like not really read as much palette cleansers, and I want to read actual masterpieces, you know. I fear that's not going to be a masterpiece. We've got A Winter's Promise. I do really want to get to this. This is the first book in the series. I know that I'm going to enjoy this. It's the Mirror Visitor series. This is book number 1. I think there might be 3 or 4 books in the series. I know it's YA, but it's meant to be quite good. But I think I'm going to keep this. I am going to keep this. I've got this one Brandon Sanderson book, and I think I'm going to unhaul it just because of the fact that I know I'm not going to get to it. I'm really not, and if I do get to it, then I'll just rebuy it. Like, it's not as if I have the whole series, it's just the one book. If I had the whole series, I'd probably keep the whole series, but it's just the first book, and I don't really know when I'm going to start my Brandon Sanderson journey, so I'll probably just rebuy it in the future if I do ever start reading Brandon Sanderson books. But for now, I am going to unhaul this. No. These 2 Rebecca Ross books I'm going to keep. I'm going to get rid of Sanctuary of Shadow by Aurora Asher. I recently tried to pick this up and it wasn't my vibe. I wasn't feeling it. The Stars Are Dying, I'm keeping. The Tethered Mage, I'm keeping. Okay, we've already downsized so much. No, there's The Slowest Burn by Sarah Chamberlain. I think I'm gonna get rid of this. I think I am. Yeah, let's get rid of that. Designs on You by JC Burton. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of this. I've had it for a few weeks. I've had it for quite a while now, and I just haven't been intrigued to pick it up, and it might be something that I could probably read on my Kindle or something. It's just not something that I really want to be honest. Like, even if I read it, I don't think it's gonna be like a masterpiece. I think it'll be enjoyable, and then I'll probably unhaul it anyway. Because even if I enjoy a book, if I don't think I'm ever going to reread it, I unhaul it anyway. So even if I read it, I would unhaul it. Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies I want to read. From the Embers I want to read. Burnout I want to read. Now, I am actually going to get rid of Retrograde. I think I'm an hour in about getting rid of this, my last unhaul, and I think I'm going to get rid of this. I think it's like a racing romance kind of situation. I'm not too sure, but I've seen so many people speak badly about this book that I'm just not intrigued to pick it up, and I need to be mindful of all these books that I want to keep. A Good Girl's Guide to Murder I am going to read, guys, I promise. Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. Me and Ali Hazelwood, we just don't get along. I really wish I was Ali Hazelwood girly, but every time I try and read some of her books, we just don't get along. I love The Love Hypothesis. That's the only book I've ever enjoyed of hers. That was like a 4-star, maybe like a 4.5. But I just can't read her books anymore. Any other book that I've read by her, they've all just been misses. And this is one of her most, I'd say, letdowns for people. Like a lot of people that love Ali Hazelwood were let down by this book. So if I don't usually enjoy her books, I'm probably not going to enjoy that. Game Changer by Lan Ferguson. I've seen so many people say this is just smut central. And if you know me, I'm not a smutty lover. I'm really not. So this, even though it's a hockey romance, I just don't think it's going to be for me. But then it's a hockey romance. I think I'm going to keep this, actually. 1-on-1 by Jamie Harrow. I am going to get rid of this. This is another book that's just been sat on my TBR and I just don't think I'm ever going to get to. And I think I picked it up because I thought it was a basketball romance, but it's more of like a workplace within the basketball world romance. I don't think any of them actually play basketball. The Striker by Ali Hazelwood. No. This, I don't know whether I should read. Do I keep it? Do I not? I don't know. It's a football romance, Premier League. I've never read a romance surrounding like the Premier League before, and I'm kind of intrigued to see how Anna Huang is like not represented, but like written about the Premier League, because it's such a big thing in the UK that I want to know. Like, I'm intrigued to see how it's written. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big football fan, but I understand the football world. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm intrigued. I think I'm going to keep this because I do enjoy Anna Huang. I wasn't the biggest fan of the King of Sin series by her, but I did enjoy the Twisted series. I love that. A Christmas book. This is B.K. Borison's Love Light Farms. I think this is like a series. Yeah, you got In the Weeds and Mixed Signals. I just don't like having Christmas books. I feel like Christmas books should just be read on your Kindle. So if I'm in the mood, well, I'm probably not going to be in the mood for Christmas books because I'm going to be in Australia during Christmas where it's sunny and I've never experienced a sunny Christmas before. So I'm probably not going to be in like Christmas spirits. But look at that, we can chuck some of these up here now. Now let's turn this around. Right, just looking at this, I have got these two books here, which is Trial of the Sun Queen and then Rule of the Aurora King by Nisha J. Tooley. Now I do really want to read these, but for some reason when I bought these off of Vinted, they're like the US Canadian sort of covers, so they're the really floppy ones, and they're actually taller than standard UK paperbacks, ever so slightly, but you can see the difference in the height. So if I was to continue the series, like if I did really enjoy the series and I continued with the series, the other books that I buy in the UK won't match the covers, and that would really annoy me. But I do really want to get to the series, but I'm just going to unhaul them because they're like the Canadian US covers, so we're going to unhaul those. And then another unhaul that I'm doing, because again they're like the US Canadian covers, is Serpent and Dove and Blood and Honey. I do again want to read these. I think I ordered them from the same seller that I bought the Trial of the Sun Queen off, and she must have bought them when she was in the US or something. So yeah, I'm gonna be getting rid of these two as well. Some people might be happy to get these US covers, but US covers are so floppy. Why are they so floppy? Like, you guys don't understand what it's like to try and read a book without breaking the spine, honestly. We're making progress. We are making progress. I'm gonna keep these two books, the Mary E. Pearson books. I'm gonna unhaul this because I have tried to read it twice and I've never actually stuck it out. It's Daughter of the Drowned Empire by Frankie Diane Malice. It's actually been on 2 or 3 monthly TBRs. I've tried to pick it up and I've just never stuck it out for some reason. I just haven't been in a mood. It hasn't gripped my attention quick enough. So hopefully one of you guys enjoy it more than me. Now, this has been my TBR for so long. It's Claire Legrand's Crown of Ivy and Glass. It's the Middlemas Trilogy, book 1. Oh, I still don't know whether I want to read this. I think I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. I just read the back and it sounds really good, so I'm gonna get rid of that. Nightweaver I do want to read, and then we got Victoria Aveyard's Roundbreaker and Bladebreaker that I really want to read, so we're gonna keep those two. And then we got Hannah Whitton's Foxglove King. Me and Hannah Whitton, we just don't go together. I do think I might love this though. Gilded, Gothic and Darkly Romantic New Epic Fantasy Series. I think I'm gonna keep this. Yeah, we're gonna keep that one. It does sound good. And then lastly we got For She's Wrapped, which I am keeping. And then we can stick these two books up here, and then we've literally got a whole shelf at the bottom here, which is free. That is so good. We've gotten rid of so many books already. I dread to think what happens when we're over here. Right, I think while I've got you on the floor, we may as well tackle sort of like these lower shelves by here. I've got a pile of books here that are already on my unhaul list. We got Fear the Flames, which someone did buy my last unhaul but they never picked it up, so it got sent back to me. Where the Dark Stands Still. I'm actually getting rid of this, guys, because if you watched my bookshelf scavenger hunt, I did have to DNF this, unfortunately. And then we've got these Hollow Vows and these Twisted Bonds. I decided to unhaul these a few weeks ago just for the simple fact that I'm not going to continue the series. The first book was alright, it was like a 3-star, but I'm just not intrigued to pick up the series. So I'm going to be unhauling those. The Light We Lost, I think this is still up on my Vinted. Mr. Wrong Number, this is up on my Vinted. And then Too Late by Colleen Hoover, this is also up on my Vinted. So just so you know, those are also on my unhaul list. Now I think I'm going to get rid of mostly everything be here other than my Mad Drafty. Just put this for there for now, out the way. We've got The Naturals and Killer Instincts. I've read The Naturals by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. It's a good book, it's enjoyable, but I'm just not intrigued to pick up the rest of the series. I don't know why. I do have the second book. I bought the second book because I thought I was going to go in with the rest of the series, but I'm just not intrigued to, and I think someone else will majorly enjoy this series, and for me, yeah, I'm gonna unhaul those two. Right, and then we have got my cat and mouse duet, which is the Haunting Adeline and Hunting Adeline, book number 1 and book number 2. These are the indie published versions. I've had these for a very long time. I have read these books, okay? These were the first sort of dark romance books I'd ever read, and they traumatized me. They actually did traumatize me. I'm not a dark romance girly, really not. This book, Hunting Adeline, no, that's the first one. Book number 2. The first one wasn't so bad. It was book number 2. Now, my biggest fear in life, well, it's one of my biggest fears, as it should be for many people, is that I'm petrified that I'm going to be kidnapped one day and sold into a sex ring. Like that, I think about that on the daily, okay? When I walk to my car, I think, what if this happens? That just happens because, you know, I have major anxiety and I overthink everything, and I listen to too much true crime. Now, when I read this book, and what's her name? Adeline? Oh yes, it literally says in the name, Adeline. When she is in this sort of like house, if you've read book number 1 then you know, like she's in this house and loads of things are happening to her. It literally gave me nightmares. I was having nightmares that I was Adeline in this situation, and it was horrible, literally horrible. I think I had to take a break for like 2 or 3 weeks from reading that book because the nightmares I was having were so vivid. It was terrible. So yeah, hopefully someone that can handle dark romance will want them maybe to add to their collection, because they are indie books. I know they've been traditionally published now, so they are the indie published ones, just to let you know if you're kind of like a book collector like me. No, I'm not getting rid of this. This is the Mindfuck series. This is my baby. Miss Lana Myers, you were staying with me here. And then another bunch of books I'm going to be getting rid of is Danielle Lowry's The Sweetest Obsession, The Sweetest Oblivion, The Maddest Obsession and The Darkest Temptation. I have read these books. I think it's the Maid series, that's what it's called. So I have read these and I did enjoy them, but I'm just never going to reread them. They were okay books, I guess. The last one I wasn't the biggest fan of. The middle one's my favourite, The Maddest Obsession, that was my favourite. But the other 2 books were alright. I just don't think I'll ever reread them, to be honest, so I think they should go to a better home. Now I'm actually unhauling my Colleen Hoover books, guys. It's the end of an era. I've kept these 3 Colleen Hoover books through every unhaul, and my Colleen Hoover collection has progressively gotten lower and lower and lower, and I've been left with 3 books and I'm finally getting rid of them. So it's obviously, it's like this is basically the Colleen Hoover trio. It ends with us, Ugly Love and Verity. Now I did really enjoy these books at one time in my life, but I'm just never going to reread them, to be honest. They're just on my shelf taking up space just for nostalgic purposes. But yeah, I want to get rid of these. Should I keep Verity? No. If I reread Verity, it will send me into a spiral, I fear. Ghosted by J.M. Dahauer. This has been my TBR for so freaking long, and for some reason I just never want to pick it up. I know that, I think it's Sarah Crowley, she has read this book and she's absolutely loved it, and it's a second chance romance. I love second chance romances, but I'm not going to get to it. Let's be realistic here. I'm not going to read it. No, I'm going to keep these. Frederick Backman. I'm going to keep Bear Town because I do want to give it another go. I'm going to keep my Megan Quinn books because I did really enjoy that series, and I might one day reread them. I don't know if I'm in the mood for like a billionaire romance. I might give them a reread. Who knows? Oh no, actually, I think I'm gonna get rid of these. Should I get rid of them? I think they've changed the covers since. I've got the ones with like the men on the cover. So I think I'm gonna give these away. They're in the wrong order. Yeah, I think I am gonna give these away to someone. Oh no, do I? I did really enjoy this series. No. Let's be ruthless here, Brie. Let's be ruthless. You're getting rid of them. Now, let's just flip you along by here. I think I'm gonna keep everything that I have here. Literally everything on this shelf is going to be kept. My Cassandra Clare books, I haven't started yet, but I am going to start this series. My Divergent series, Stephanie Garber books. I think I'm going to get rid of my Bridget Camira books, actually. Should I? No, I really want to keep those. I did really enjoy that series, so I am going to keep them. I've got these Ash Princess books, Laura Sebastian. I think I'm going to keep those. I am going to keep them, actually. And then my Ember in the Ashes, I'm going to keep. Now, I've got some hardbacks up here that I think we're gonna unhaul. So I got my Cassandra Clare Swordcatcher. Yeah, some of these books, like the hardbacks specifically, I don't really like having hardbacks unless it's a book that I absolutely love. I think I'm gonna get paperbacks of these. And then Andrew Stewart's The Gods Below. I think this was on my unhaul last time, but I decided not to unhaul it, but I am now going to be unhauling it. We got Silver in the Bone by Alexandra Bracken. I do really want to read this, but I think I'm gonna get my hands on the paperback of this. I think I might have to make a list of all the books that I want to like get my hands on the paperback. Like, why can't they just bring out paperbacks and the hardbacks? Like, why? I know it's like a marketing strategy, like, you know, they make more money. I don't know, because I know people want paperbacks, but hardbacks are more expensive. So if a book is really popular and really hyped up, then people are going to still buy the hardbacks and then also buy the paperback as well. And then we've got my Divine Rivals and Ruthless Vows. I really didn't like Ruthless Vows. Should I just keep Divine Rivals? I think I might. My Ruthless Vows... Oh, I did start tabbing this and then I realised I really didn't like the book and then I stopped tabbing it. I think I'm just going to keep these for now. I think I will keep them. No, these are my House of Devil books. I'm keeping these. And then I'm going to be getting rid of my Pencoll books, the indie versions. I know, but I have the traditionally published ones and I think... Yeah, we're going to get rid of the indie ones because they're just going to be sat in storage, guys. And the fourth book is going to come out indie published. Pencoll has said the fourth book's going to come out indie published as well as traditionally published. So whoever's the indie ones, they can match. So if you do buy the series, then the fourth one is going to come out indie published. I fear I could be sort of like, you know, I could be in a situation where I can't buy books and then I'm not able to get my hands on it and then I'm just going to have 3. Do you know what I mean? So I'm happy enough to get rid of these, I think. Yeah, I'm happy enough to get rid of these, so I'm gonna unhaul these. So if any of you want your hands on the indie versions of Spark of the Everflame and Heat of the Everflame and Glow of the Everflame, then you can. There you have it. This shelf has been lowered. I am going to keep my Dawn of Onyx books, my Kate Golden books, because I did really enjoy this series. And I am thinking I am going to keep them. Now I need to go through these. This is my hockey romance shelf, the start of a sports romance, I should say. This is my Al Kennedy collection. We are keeping every single one of those books. I need to buy the new covers of the Deal and stuff. What's that series called? The Off-Campus series, because I did have the old covers and I really didn't like the old covers, and then I had the new covers of everything else and they just didn't match. So my last unhaul I got rid of those books, but I still haven't added the new ones. So I need to head down to the works and buy myself the collection to add. Now we've got The Favourites by Lane Fargo. I did really enjoy this, so I am keeping that book. No, my Pick and Cream books definitely stay in. I'm finally going to be getting rid of these, I think. Yes, I am, because I'm just never going to read them. The amount of times these have been on and off of my TBR is a joke. They're just, I don't know why. I might read them, I might not. And if I do, then I'll just rebuy them. I know that's an issue, but you know, they were cheap enough from the works. Should I keep them? So many people have said that it's so cringy though. I'm gonna keep them. I'm gonna keep them. I don't know, I am keeping them, sorry. So I'm keeping everything there. I think I'm gonna get rid of these Balcabra books because I did enjoy them. Yeah, actually I'm gonna keep them. I can't part with hockey romance books, I really can't. I am gonna keep my Balcabra books as well, sorry guys. And then, so I'm in an errand about these books. It's the Windy City series by Liz Tomford. These are all of the indie versions of the Windy City series. Every single indie version there is. Now, my only issue is that when her other books come out, so obviously she's already hinted at a new series, the new book with the coach and everything, they're all going to be coming out traditionally published. She has a publisher now, so none of them are going to match. So I think I might just buy the traditionally published ones because I'd rather them all be matching than have unmatching books. So I think I'm going to unhaul all of these. That's so sad. I love this series so freaking much. I really do love this series, but I'm gonna unhaul them. I'm gonna buy the traditionally published ones. But then I'm also like, these are collector's items. These do not get sold anymore. These are independently published. I don't know. Oh, I'm gonna unhaul them. I'm unhauling them because it would really annoy me even if I buy the traditionally published ones and I have indie plus traditionally published. Like, that is just consumerism at its finest, honestly. I shouldn't be doing that, so I'm gonna get rid of them. I am. But I am gonna buy the traditionally published ones just so then in the future when all of the other books come out, they will all match in size because the indies are like ever so slightly taller. So right, this shelf I'm not even gonna touch. My Magnolia Parks, my Jessa Hastings collection, plus then my Anna Huang Twisted series. We're not gonna touch these books. My Elsie Silver books we're not gonna touch, but I am going to get rid of these two books, which is the Lila Sage book, Swift and Saddled and Done and Dusted by Lila Sage, obviously. But I have the indie published of Done and Dusted, and I know so many people absolutely love the series. I don't love this series. I only have the first two books. The other two books I think I read on my Kindle and I've just never bought them as trophies because I didn't love them that much. So to the people that absolutely love these, I know some of you might be happy with the indie version of this to add to like a collector's item, I guess. Then this is just the classic traditionally published, so I am going to unhaul these. And then I'm also unhauling the Eden series by Daphne Perry. This again is the indie version of this series, and I think there's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's a 6th book that's come out in this, but it's come out traditionally published only. And if I start to read this series and then I have that unmatched 6th book, that will send me into a spiral. So the Eden series, oh, you are being unhauled. So we've got Indigo Ridge, Juniper Hill, Garner Flats, Jasper Vale and Crimson River. I don't know if any of those are in order. These are going to be sent to someone that wants them to add to their collection. I have so many indie versions of books, and then it really annoys me like for instance the Liz Tomford books, she continued the series as traditionally published. She continued the series by publishing the indie versions to match, and so is Pen Cole. I think that's a really good idea, but Miss Daphne Perry did not with these books. So unfortunately that's 6 books. If I do read the series and I do enjoy them, it's not going to match, and it's not going to be good. Look at all that space we have now. We have all of my Hannibal and Young books, which I am going to be keeping. Those can just... oh, they're all falling. That can just stay there for now. I'll sort my shelves out in a sec. And then up here, these are sort of like my, they're not really part of a series or anything, but they are and they're not. They're just classic romance books up here. And I think there's a few that I can get rid of. We've got Love Like the Sun by Riz M. Nielsen. I am actually going to keep this. I am keeping that. Keeping. I think I'm finally going to get rid of my Taylor Jenkins Reid books. So we've got Daisy Jones and the Six, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and One True Lovers. I did really enjoy all of these books at one time in my life, but Taylor Jenkins Reid and me, I don't know, some of her books I really enjoy, and other ones of her books I just really don't get along with. But I'm never going to reread these. they're not like favourites of mine. They're just more of like a nostalgic thing, kind of like my Colleen Hoover books. Like, I'm not comparing Taylor Jenkins Reid to Colleen Hoover, but you know, it was that time in my life where I was reading these specific books, and it's kind of like a nostalgic feeling. That's the only reason why I want to keep them, and that's not a reason to keep them. Well, it is, but it's also not. Better Than the Movies by Lynn Painter. I'm gonna unhaul that. My Kendi Ryan books, I really want to read those. All of my Callie Fortune books are staying. My Abby Jimenez books obviously staying. Emily Henry, all staying. Christina Lauren, I'm finally, guys, I'm unhauling Love in Other Words. It's going. It's been in my TBR for so freaking long, and I just never pick it up. Never, ever, ever. It needs to go. It really needs to go. I'm sorry. There's so many other books that I'm going to read before that. And then we've got my Sarah Adams book. I'm keeping my Jessica Joyce book. I really did enjoy that. My Sarah Adams books. So we've got Practice Makes Perfect and the Rule Book. And then I also have over there, I have Beg, Borrow, Steal. That's going to be going as well. I just realised I got some books over here that I can get rid of as well. But I'm just going to bring them all over here for you and show you what was over there. But I'm going to unhaul this. Ali Hazelwood's Problematic Summer. Obviously, as I've just said, me and Ali Hazelwood don't really go together. We got Let's Make a Scene, which I'm going to keep. Put this up here. Meet Me at the Lake by Callie Fortune. I am going to unhaul this, even though it's sort of like part of like my Callie Fortune collection. I didn't enjoy this book, so I'm going to unhaul that one book by Callie Fortune. Beg, Borrow, Steal by Sarah Adams. Unhauling Once Upon a Broken Heart. This needs to go back down here. Holding the Reins by Paisley Hall. What's inside this? There's something inside it. Ooh, a sticker and a bookmark. The Works Are Treating Us. Do I keep this? So many people love this book. I think I'm going to keep this, actually. I'm just going to chuck it up there for now. I think I'll keep that one book. And then Funny You Should Ask by Alyssa Sussman. I took this off my last unhaul. I don't know why. I'm just not going to read it. I kept it because I was like, oh, that could be a good palate cleanser. But now, with only 2 months into Australia, I'm like, you need to get rid of some books, Brie. You really do. So we're done with our romance shelf. We have unhauled quite a lot from here. That's scary. It's really scary. And you know, we need to do this. I don't think there's much going to be taken from here, to be honest. We've obviously done the 2 bottom shelves. Up here, nothing. I'm literally not getting rid of anything up here. My Amber V. Nicole book. My obviously Rebecca Yarros, Rachel Gillig, Stasia Stark, Kerry Maniscalco, R.F. Kwong, my GLA book, my Mads Rafferty books. Yeah, everything is being kept. My Sergio Mass books, I'm not touching. I was umming and ahhing about getting rid of my, like, selling my special editions of ACTA. So these are like I had these dust jackets off of Etsy. I say special editions because they are. These dust jackets were very expensive, okay? They were very expensive from Etsy, as they should be. Like, they are amazing. I love them. The book itself is just the classic hardback from like the box set you get, but I'm keeping them. I am. They're staying. I cannot part ways them. My friend Danny was like, if you sell them, can I have your dust jackets? I was like, I'll think about it, maybe. I'll think about it. But looking at them, I cannot part ways with them. I really can't. So there's literally nothing else I'm getting rid of on these books. Up here I've got my, you probably can't see, but I've got my whole, oh, I'm zooming you in. There you are. Up here I've got my Zodiac Academy books, which I am obviously going to be keeping them, but I think that's everything. That's literally everything. Oh wait, I've got some books here that I can get rid of. Yeah, there's some books here that I can get rid of, actually. They're like piles of my fall TBR. I've got some over there and some over here, but there's 2 books here at the top that I can get rid of. We got The XX. I have recently read this in my, it's a vlog coming up, which I read a book a day, and this was one of those books. It was enjoyable. It was okay. It was like a 3-star. It was just a classic rom-com witchy book. It was alright. And then Nightshade, I was severely disappointed by this book, okay? Severely disappointed. I'm not going to continue the rest of the series. I think it's just a duology anyway, but I'm not intrigued to go in with the second book. I'm really not. I was severely disappointed with this, so we can get rid of that. Yes, we can. And then the rest of books. Oh, wait, actually. We've got A Court of Winter. Oh, what do I keep this, actually? I think I'm gonna keep this. No, I'm gonna unhaul this, actually. It's Court of Winters by Stasia Street. Yeah. No, Krista Street. By Krista Street. It's book number 1 in the Faint Snow and Ice series. I haven't read the series. It's an indie published book. I've heard of Krista Street, but I bought this book just because it does sound interesting, but I'll probably just read it on my Kindle anyway. And then, yeah. Do I give it? No, I'm gonna unhaul it. Unhaul. Yes, unhaul. And then the books over there, I've got Phantasma, The Six Crows duology, Goth Can, yeah, all those books I'm going to be keeping. Actually, I'm going to get rid of The Secret History by Donna's Heart. I've had this on my TBR for so long. No, actually I'm going to keep this. I am keeping it. I'm going to read this book one day. Okay, I promise. This is a classic. I'm going to read it. I'm not unhauling it. Just put this back up there for now. So, we've come to the end of my massive unhaul. I've got books upon books upon books surrounding me. I think I'm quickly going to count them and let you know what number we have. Okay, if my calculations were correct, we've got bang on 70 books, including the ones that are already on my Vinted. We've got bang on 70 books that we are unhauling. That is massive, literally massive, considering only about 2 months ago or so I unhauled like 100 books. That is massive. It really is massive. So I hope you guys enjoy this video, me bringing you around my bookshelves instead of just sort of like sitting down and talking to you with all the books, which I normally usually do. But this is the last and final unhaul that I will be doing. There might be another like 1 or 2 books that I might pop on my Vinted, but obviously I'm not going to do a whole other video for that. But I hope you guys did enjoy. And as I already mentioned, my Vinted is linked in the description box along with all of my other socials. Make sure you follow me on all my other socials as well, because that's where all the updates will be when I upload these. Also follow me on Vinted as well, because you will probably be notified when they get uploaded. So, and they all get uploaded at once. I upload them, I draft them, and then I upload them all at once. So all the books will be on there all at the same time. But if you did enjoy, don't forget to subscribe, all that jazz that I always ask you to do. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!